PHC versus Flyers Elite. We traveled all the way up here to the Boston metro region. We're in Plymouth, Massachusetts, where the Pilgrims touched down a long time ago. Playing our close rivals from South Jersey, Flyers Elite, PHC in their home whites on the home bench. Flyers Elite in the road blacks guest bench. Stay with us. We're in warm-ups for another minute and 20 seconds. Then the teams will come in. And then we'll be with you. As we saw some energy levels improve this morning, we saw some changes in the pairings and lineup a little bit, and it seemed to work. We had Ellie Shaw backstop us to our first win on the season. This afternoon, we'll have Colt Man Williams tending the blue crease, and I hope we show up. And this is going to be a grind. Horn sounds. Warm-up's coming to an end, so the pucks are in. Teams will gather at their respective nets, fire themselves up, and then report back to their benches for last-minute instructions from their coaches, and then we'll be underway with more live action. We've seen some great hockey to date. Hoping to bring you more here now. Keys to this game will be play heavy, play hard, most importantly, have some fun. But we're going to need to play 200 by 85 and try to win every open inch of ice here. Try doing a 360. Spin, like, come back around. That'll loosen it. Got Chris Fazio helping me with the camera right now. So the video today brought to you by Fazio Steel. Yeah. It's probably time I get a new one. It'll work. Continuing the keys, we'll need to grind this one. So I'm going to take us out with a song, early hip-hop song in circa 2002 when I was in my prime, Grinding by Clips. Look it up. This one's one back to Carr. Carr will step up. We'll gain the red line, pushing it deep. Pacelli plays it over to Spittle. Spittle steps into the dots. He turns, he fires. That's gloved and hung onto momentarily, but then dropped out to the side. Carr will get this one at the center ice. We'll turn, poke it up along the sideboards, where Gerberbeck will now get a press. He'll push it forward. Gets into a foot race. Goaltender covered it up, let it up momentarily, and then had a second thought and said, hey, I'll jump back on that. So, offensive zone draw. To the right of Bobby Condon, who's the goalkeeper for Flyers Elite. That's Declan Spittle out between Gerbevec and Caselli. And we got Maurer and Carr on the blue line. It's played up, poked back in by Maurer. Spittle cuts across the top, fires. Let's shoot low, boys. Nice and low. He's seeing everything up high, catching it with his catcher's glove. Offensive zone draw. Putrero to take this one. He's got Fazio camped out in front and Dannenhauer on his other flank. We got Shaner and Witten on the back end. The Flyers collect. They gain the line. Pushed outside around the net. They play it back out in front. Fired in wide of Colton Williams. So Fazio will collect. He gets his toes up. He gets across the red and he dumps it in. Dannenhauer's going to cut it off in the far corner. Fazio will get on in the near side. It's rung around. Flyers collect it. Poke it past Shaner. And now they're coming the other way with numbers. Front in. And then big butterfly stop. No rebound given up by Coltman Williams. You saw it the whole way. So we'll have a defensive zone draw to the right of Colton. Go another line change. We got Spittle between Sauer and Anutsiuk, with Witten and Shane still out there on the back end. This one's pushed forward. Sauer gets the pressure on the Flyers, pinch it and push it down the boards. They're trying to walk off the half wall. They walk out in front, trying to play it in on Colton, but it doesn't get through. Witten pushes it ahead to Sauer. Sauer's going to chip past one. Unable to get it out of the zone. It's kept and fired back in. Williams will stop it, leave it for Witten. Witten's going to come around his own net. He gets his eyes up. He's looking to stretch that ice. Fires it across the Sauer at the far blue line. He's going to get it deep. And Anutsiuk's going to get in after it. Looking for support. Again, we have 3 white jerseys below the red line. So we need to get a third man high. We got Carr and Maurer back on the blue line. Flyers collect. Flyer the other way. Sauer will throw back in the Spittle. Spittle gets in. He steps. Fires. Spittle thinking about the point. Then ties it up along the boards. Pushes it in the corner. Anutsiuk will get this behind the net. He's going to come around that net. Going to play it to Maurer. Maurer will hold. Play it back down the water. Anutsiuk trying to step over. Plays it across the center. Looking for Sauer. Flyers stick it away. Anutsiuk collects. Fires. Gets up over Condon's net. Spittle will click it. Carr's going to pinch. Play it out to Spittle. Spittle will play it into the corner. Now, we're going for a line change, so the Flyers are going to try to transition quickly, but Maurer holds the line at the red line, pushes it in the Flyer zone where it's ping-ponged around on the board. Now Putrero is going to get to it at the hash marks. He's going to pull up, trying to escape. He gets across the top of the PSA, but he gets his pocket picked as he's trying to shoot. That was Caleb Worrell coming back and lifting the stick. Now Johnny Gerbevec doing the same to Worrell. Now it was a little too much. Hooking will be the call. We will go man down. 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Worrell's going to go with them, so we're not man down. So we'll take that trade. They were both fighting through it. Momentarily turned into a college football game. There's no tackling in USA hockey. Good battle. We stay 5 aside. Center ice face-off. Flyers win this one back. Chip it up the sideboards where it's met by Brock Dannenhauer, who plays it back out in the middle for Putrero. Putrero collects it. He's across the red. He's across the blue. He has Dylan Spaselli with him. Drags past one. Tries to get it in. Going to wrap around the net. Looking to the point. He plays it to Witten. Witten turns, fires. Spaselli's on the doorstep. Unable to get it through. Dannenhauer gets above it. But the Flyers had numbers. They're coming the other way. They cut in at the blue line. Good back pressure, good stick, good contain all the way around. Witten will put through it in the corner, putting the pressure on. Steps out in front. Puck is fired off a stick and out of play. So we will stay inside the zone. Face off to the right of Colton Williams. So good back and forth hockey thus far. I'm hoping to see more pucks and bodies, net drives going toward the orange pads. Spittle pushes this out. Fazio pushes it in the neutral zone. He's looking to find that puck. He gets it. He flips it in. It's knuckling in. Flyers goalie will stop it, collect it, hang on to it. So we'll have an offensive zone draw to his left. We'll have Spittle between Fazio. And missed the penalty. So we're man down. It's Fazio and Spittle up front. Dannenhauer's in the box. Witten and Zarbisky on the back end. Witten reads that one, collects it, dumps it in. So we're man down. Sorry, I missed that call. It's played up the board. Spittle will collect, trying to get off the half wall with it. He'll drive it in the corner. He's just going to pin, try to take some time off of this penalty. But the Flyers collecting, they're coming the other way. Trying to hit the line with numbers. Fazio's in back check mode. Gets out, fired in wide of Witten, or of Witten and Colton. Fazio will collect. He'll chip this one off the boards. That's going to go down 200 feet. The goalie comes out to play it. And almost plays that. But the last second, from the instruction of the coaches, goalie does not play it. Whistle dead for the icing. Will come back 200 feet for the defensive zone draw to the right of Williams. We got Carr and Nooner on the back end, Pucciarero and Pacelli up front. That's one back to the unmarked man. It's fired in and then gloved aside by Carr. Big blocker save by Williams. Carr knocks the rebound away. Pull pressure out on the sidewall. We're play it back in the middle. Stick aside, comes back out off the side of the net. We're still man down. That gets through. Pacelli's trying to find this one. Gets to it on the half boards. He chips it out in the neutral zone. Pucciarero now putting the foot race on. Pulls up. Step! So the Flyers lose control momentarily. Pacelli puts it off the boards looking for Pucciarero. We're back to full strength as Gerberbeck's coming back across. Pacelli collects it, looking to go cross ice, but it's collected by the Flyers, fired back in. Nooner will play this up for Gerberbeck, trying to hit it in transition. There's no icing, it's waved off, so there will be a foot race to this puck. Gerberbeck gets there. Got assistance from Pacelli. Pacelli plays it towards the net where the Flyers will collect. They'll come out the other side. They chip it forward. They gain the neutral zone. They play it in. Mauer's going to collect this one as Williams decides to cover it up as he had a black jersey coming in towards him. Using the strategy of, hey, let's slow it down. Let's reset, take a deep breath, and try to gain the puck possession off the draw. So we got Spittle between Moneyman and Johnny G. He wins this back to Mauer. Mauer's going to come around his net. He's going to go D to D to Winton. Winton's going to go back to his partner, but the Flyers read it. They try to body up Mauer, but Mauer able to get the puck up the boards and use the body to create some time and space. Winton plays it to Mauer. Mauer plays it to Gerberbeck. Gerberbeck playing it back across the center, looking for a streaking Spittle, but the Flyers pick it off and play it back in. Now there's a puck scramble. Along the boards, Gerberbeck comes out of the pile with it. He's driving. And now the puck will end up along those same boards for another puck battle. Chipped in hard by the Flyers. And Billy Mauer will go back. He'll go D to D to Winton. Winton trying to play it up to Pacelli. Met by a forechecker. Pacelli comes away with it. He gets past one. Now we have numbers if we hustle. It's a 3-on-2 developing. Plays it across. Spittle plays it. Trying to look back for Pacelli. They got it a little bunched up. The Flyers collect, and now they're coming the other way with speed. They hit the line with numbers. Spittle comes back in the back check. He's going to pick it up. Use his own net and he'll turn back around. He'll reverse it. But our winger was not there, so it's fired in. Good stick by Winton. Leaves it out in front for Spittle. Spittle plays it ahead to Gerberbeck. Gerberbeck's got Pacelli. One more. He gives it to him. They're on line. Fires it in. Doesn't get fully loaded there. Doesn't get fully loaded. Does not get fully loaded. Puck trickles in. Then there's some extracurricular activity. Good puck movement, though. Good trip down the ice. Hopefully we can start to build off that. So we got Pucciarello between Sauer and Anichuk with Shane and Carr on the back end. This one's won to Sauer. Sauer leaves it for Shane. Shane's just going to fire it to the net. Stick aside by the Flyers defender. They try to put it up the wall. They're met with some white jerseys. They chip past one. Get out into the neutral zone. Good stick by Shane. Flyers stay on it. Pucciarello collects it. This one gets back to Carr. Carr's going to go off the glass out into the neutral zone. Flyers will collect. Try to play it back in. They're on sides. They'll step to the top of that circle. Play it back across in front. Williams stays with it. Rebound save 2. Gets back in front of him and he covers it up. Staying with it the whole way. Not 1, not 2, but 3 stops there. So if you're just joining us, 6:59 of the first period. Flyers Elite versus the home PHC. All the way up here, Plymouth, Massachusetts. Spittle now between Fazio and Brock Dannenhauer. Maurer will collect this one and he'll play it over to his partner, Ethan Nunez. Nunez collects. He plays it across the center seam to Spittle. Spittle has room. He makes a move. He's driving wide. He's got Fazio driving the net. He throws it across for him. He's hauled down. Nothing called. They're letting him play today. Maurer tries to keep at the blue line, but they chip it past, and now they have numbers coming the other way. They fire from outside the dot. It was going up and over, but Williams sees it, snags it, hangs on to it. We'll have a defensive zone draw to his right. Same alignment out there. We're changing on the back end. Now we got Winton and Shane Zarbisky. This one's playing back. Shane's going to collect it. He's going to put it up over the glass. Gets out to the point where it's kept in momentarily. Fazio trying to find it, but the Flyers get to it and chip it and turn it back around. Fazio now gets it. He has some white ice. He moves it across to Dannenhauer. Dannenhauer has a seam. Back checker's coming. Flips it towards the net. Gets wide. Fazio's in on the corner. He'll retrieve this puck. He's going to use the net. He's going to put it out in front. Paddled aside by the goaltender, and now the Flyers are coming the other way in transition game. Winton's going to step. Dannenhauer back support. Removes the puck momentarily, chips it out into the neutral zone looking for Spittle. It's left for Dannenhauer. Dannenhauer will collect. He's trying to find it in his feet. He chips it back across for Spittle, but Spittle was coming over to support, so this puck's going to get down to the hash marks, played off the boards, chipped out, back into the neutral zone. Winton will play it back to Carr. Carr will play it up for Gerberbeck. Gets past him. There's no play. There's no icing. Gets down deep into the Flyer zone. Carr's going to get there and keep. Puts it down around the boards. Going far side. Pucciarello trying to collect it and come off the boards. It bounces off the stick. It gets across. The Flyers collect. They play it out into the neutral zone. Challenging. He steps through. Fires and Colton Williams standing tall. Saying, nope, not today, as he walked through both of our defenders and fought off a back checker, gets a shot off. Colton Williams stands on his head. This one's won the Carr behind the net. He'll use his own net, trying to put up his boards. Our wingers, nowhere to be found, so they'll play it back down, trying to buy some time. They play it back out in front. Gerberbeck challenges, gets to the point, it's played back across, backdoor kick save made. Pucciarello gets it out into the neutral zone. Pacelli will put the forecheck on, it's forced down the wall. Pucciarello read it, he collects it, he gets out into the center, he makes one move, he's in all alone, turns, fires, goes bar down. That's the third bar down of the day for him. I mean, we'll go back over the lesson. If you hit that bar at the right angle, at the right speed, it's going to go bar down and find the what. So he strikes first with that snipe, Mr. Pucciarero, L-Dog, as we like to call him. He's out between Pacelli and Gerbevec. Now we got Shane and Nunez on the back end. That's flipped forward. Pacelli will gain control, play it into the zone. It's pushed back up the boards. Pacelli's there digging. Pucciarero trying to get loose, but the Flyers collective are coming the other way. Gerbevec's going to put some back pressure on. Blocker to side by Colton Williams. Nooner plays it off the boards to Pucciarero. He's got a step. He's taking a look. He knows he's got support with him. He's going to drive wide. He's going to dump it around. And now we're going to get in after it. Pacelli's going to get in there on the forecheck. He's looking for support. But some of his line mates pulled up for a line change, but he's doing a good job 1-on-4 right now. Now Spittle arrives to help him out. That one gets chipped out of the neutral zone. Shane will close the gap. Play it out to the boards where Nooner will collect. Nooner's run into by a black jersey, but he'll go back to his defensive partner, Shane Zarbisky. Plays it forward. Out in the neutral zone. Anucciuk taking the body and removing the puck from the puck carrier. Spittle will play this back to Shane Zarbisky. He's got his eyes up. He's looking. He's going to put the puck up the boards where it's picked off, and now we have a scrum. Spittle trying to take those hands. He's pinned along the boards. There's a tackle. We got away with one there. Fired in, blocker to side by Williams. Spits on it. Sauer gets above it. And now we're trying to chip it out, but we can't. Flyers trying to grind in the corner here and find some open space. Declan Spittle's going to be on it. Zarbisky, we got to play puck. And now we're up too high with no intention of playing puck. So when we touch it, we will go back man down. So our sticks were up, nowhere near the puck. And when you haul the player down, every enforcement official wearing black and white are going to raise their hands, call you for the minor. So we'll be called upon to kill another one off. We got Winton and Carr on the back end, Pucciarero and Fazio up front. Puck possession is critical here, as the Flyers will look to try to use some extra time and space. They put their power play unit out. It's one back. Good stick by Pucciarero. Fired in wide. Carr will play this to Fazio. Fazio's going to get going. He's got some white ice in front of him. He gets those legs moving. Gets to the red line and dumps it in. And we are on a penalty kill, so they're not pitching too hard. Bodies are down on the ice in the corner. It's played back as far. They flip the ice. They're trying to hit the center seam. Now we got a one-on-one developing. Carr sticks to the side. So it's played back out in front. Kept in at the blue line. Winton will collect this one in net front. He's trying to play it ahead for Fazio or Pucciarero. Stays with it, fights it off. Carr will help him now along the boards. Carr goes off the glass. That gets a get out in the neutral zone, causing the Flyers to have to regroup. Fazio's putting the floor pressure on. It's thrown back in, and that will be an ice as it was thrown from the wrong side of the red line. It was thrown in from the wrong side of the red line, so this should have been an icing, but we're still playing man down in our own zone. Carr sticks it away, puts it off the boards. It's kept in at the point, but Pucciarero and Fazio on it, and they get it out into the neutral zone. Flyers collect offsides, so they enter offsides, and then they fire it in on the goalie. That's a misconduct. Was not in the act of shooting. He heard the whistle, went in. We know him well. But they're going to let that go here in Boston. But that is a minute and 30 misconduct penalty. If you fire it in after a whistle on a goalie, it's a safety concern, and it's just unsportsmanlike. Coaches are asking for it, and the ref's shrugging. So he knows it. He missed it. Puck is dropped. Flyers enter the zone. Maurer gets a stick on it. It's played deep Nunez will get back below the line to collect this one. He's going to go hard off the board, so that's going to get out into the neutral zone. And Dannenhauer's got a burst of steam. He picks it up. He's got Spittle with him. He has won the beat. Good stick, good contain, but Dannenhauer turns up, turns, fires, throws it in on net. Big save made. Spittle will collect, try to come out the other side. We're back to full strength. We had Gerberbeck coming down the lane. We didn't see him. So the Flyers will collect and look to come the other way. It's thrown forward. Gerberbeck's going to lift the stick, and it's offsides, but we're not going to call it. I feel like I'm watching a half ice hockey game with no offsides, as they've missed a couple today. It's thrown up. Dannenhauer will collect. He's hauled down. Arm does go up. So we will go to the man-up power play with 32.4 clicks left in the first period. And, of course, power plays today brought to you by none other than Dunlop's Bar and Grill. Live stream brought to you by Joseph Fazio Steel. So we got Mike Winton and Brady Carr on the points. We got Poutrero taking the draw with Pacelli and Gerberbeck. That one's pushed over to Pacelli. Pacelli will put it into the corner. Nunez will step as it was pushed back up the wall. He'll keep it. Or Winton, sorry. Still trying to get used to 77. The jersey barrier went from number 2 to 77 this season. Brought back out in front. 2 stuff attempts. Goalie stays strong, keeps it out of the back of the net. So we'll flip to the right side for an offensive zone draw. Poutrero puts his personnel where he wants them. Fights through some stick checks. Flyers defender collects it. And now we return with a trip. So we will send number 86 to the box for the tripping. It'll be 4-on-4 for 1 minute and 7 seconds. There's 9 clicks, no shot here. He's got to tie up. So Poutrero to take the defensive zone draw, trying to win to the corner, push it back, they fire. Carr will get to this puck. He's going to just pin it and wait for the horn to sound as he puts his big body against those boards and says, "You're not going to move me. You're going to need a bulldozer coming through the construction site to get me off this puck." Horn sounds. We get into the first intermission 1-0. Stay with us. We'll be back for live action in about 120 seconds. All right, we're back for second period action. PHC flipping sides. They'll be coming from screen right to left. Flyers will be coming from left to right for the second period. 4-on-4 hockey, although they just took the time off the board for me, so I don't know. I think there's 58 seconds left on the Flyers penalty. Yeah, let's just leave it even up. They're going to go 40 seconds on the Flyers, a minute and 20. On the PHC penalty. So we will be 4-on-4 for 40 seconds. Spittle looking to win this one back, but the Flyers step through, get Good stick by Michael Winton, gets that puck out in the soft ice. PHC trying to contain and push him out there. Got to realize we're 4-on-4. We're even up here. Puck bounces around. Carr's going to collect to go around his own net. He's going to go off the glass. Gets out into the neutral zone. It's played, so there's no ice. And now we got numbers coming the other way. Sully forcing it back up the boards. Carr will push it back in. But we get whistle dead for the automatic offsides as Pacelli was south of the blue line. And that puck got played back in too soon. So 8 seconds on 4-on-4. We went into our box, which shows the discipline, but yeah, so we think the Flyers are getting a little extra power play time. But Carr will step to this one. He'll play it down in the Flyers' end. Dannenhauer's going to put the forecheck on. It's played back out. Puck battle ensues along the boards where Pucciarello chips it forward. Flyers were trying to hit the guy coming out of the box. Puck's bouncing around. We're trying to find it. The Flyers will play it back to the point. They'll go D to D. Play back in. Williams makes one stop. Unable to get the rebound. So a power play strike ties this game at 1. So we line up at the center arms. Spittle between Dannenhauer and Fazio. This one's pushed out to the side, boys. Fazio will get there. He's hooked and hauled down. Nothing called. Ship forward. Carr will get this one. Play right out of the zone. Hits the referee. Spittle finds it. Chips it forward to Dannenhauer. Dannenhauer's trying to drive wide. He gets the puck. He's looking for Spittle in front. Ridden off the puck behind the Flyers' net, and now they're coming the other way with numbers, but we have Spittle back, so 3-on-3. Dannenhauer back checking. We get numbers back. We clog up that middle. It's fired up over the net. And thrown in. Gets through the feet. Paddle to the side, and now we're coming the other way. Fazio's going to take this one. He's going to go across the red. He's going to chip it forward. He's going to go get it himself. He's got 2 with him. Plays to Dannenhauer. Dannenhauer's looking for Spittle out in front. Thrown there, but closed on by the Flyers. Spittle collects, turns, fires. Kicked aside by the Flyers goalkeeper. Dannenhauer will collect. It's chipped out, and that will go 200 feet for an icing. So we will come back down for an offensive zone. Offensive zone draw to the right of the Flyers goalie. We got L Dog out with Anunzio and Sauer. Shaner and Maurer. Puck bounces around. It gets out to Maurer. Maurer's going to step into the fire. Paddle the side into the corner. Flyers will opt to ring it around the boards and come back the other way. They'll try it on Maurer's side again. Maurer pinches, but they chip it past, but Shane will close the gap, come over and support, trying to chip it forward. Unable to do so. The Flyers will collect this one behind Williams' net. Looking to play it back out in front. Maurer there with good net front coverage. Collects this one. Plays it ahead looking for Sauer. Gets out of the neutral zone. This is going to go the other way, 200 feet for an ice. They wave it off. Not sure why, but we'll take it. Sheen tries to chip. It was read by the Flyers. The Flyers have numbers coming the other way. 2-on-1 developing. Step to the dot. They turn and fire. Williams fights that one off. Shaner plays it ahead for Pucciarello. Now we're coming in transition the other way. Pucciarello is met by a surfing defenseman, which they push it back this way. Flyers trying to maintain the line. They chip it through. Maurer will step through, collect it, play it out. And now we got Sauer coming across to put the forecheck on. It's played back into the neutral zone. Played right back down the wall. We're south of that blue line. So whistle dead for the automatic offsides. Declan Spittle out between the money man and Johnny G. Bring this one back. Get off the boards. Nunez collects, puts out an neutral zone. Now this is offsides the other way. This is pushed forward. Flyers will collect south of their blue line. Play it back up. They get off the boards and they have numbers coming the other way, but we got Declan Spittle coming in back pressure. They play it across high. Carr will step to this one. Spittle follows it up and finds it. Now he's going to push forward. He's got Gerberbeck with him. He plays it across to Gerberbeck. Gerby's trying to slide it back. Can't collect below the line. He plays it back out in front, but it's sticked aside by the Flyers. And now they're coming the other way with numbers. Good stick by Declan Spittle. He doesn't let it get out into the zone. Pushes it back in where Pacelli will collect. He's going to bring it around, try to cycle it to Gerberbeck. He'll find it himself. Plays it to Spittle. Looking for Spittle, but picked off by Caleb Worrell, and he's coming the other way. Spittle closes on him, takes the hands away. Carr collects, puts it up the wall to Spittle. Spittle's trying to get a line. He collects that puck, playing across, hits the back of the skates of the Flyers defender. Gerberbeck not able to get good wood on it. Puck ends up in the corner, but Gerberbeck recollects it, trying to play it across for Inuchuk, or Pacelli, sorry, and unable to do so. Gets out of the neutral zone, but we are changing, using the door in the second period, and had some new line mates coming on, so we are whistled dead for the offsides. Couturier chips this one forward. The Flyers collect. They play it back out in the neutral zone. Shaner will collect this one. He gets to the red line. He plays it in. Flyers will collect behind their own net. Try to reverse it. Fazio will get above it. He's holding. He's looking for support. He's playing 1-on-2. Couturier arrives on the scene. Tries to collect the puck. Now we got three along the same boards. Dannenhauer's there trying to push it forward. Using his big frame to create some space. Now we're just hitting pin. We got to try to move the legs a little bit here. Dannenhauer comes out of the scrum with it. On the backhand. Plays it through. Second attempt, stick aside. Plays it back out in front looking for Fazio. But the Flyers collect it and they send this one 200 feet for an icing. So we'll come back down for an offensive zone draw. To the right of Bobby Condon. 9:17 left in the second period. 1-1. Shout out to the game. There's a little guy just walked by me, knocked Spittle. I'm going to try to get him on a hot mic here, maybe at the next intermission. But play continues. It's pushed out of the neutral zone. Couturier will collect this one. He'll play it back up the boards. Dannenhauer collects, steps off the wall. He gets across into the center. They stay on sides. He gets in. Met by black jersey. Couturier picks it up. Fazio gets a stick on it. He's hauled down. The hands go up. So we will go back to the man-up power play opportunity. Brought to you today by my friends at Dunlop's. Great viewing experience at Hollydale. You haven't been there, go in. Tell them Dan Shaw sent you. Spittle out between the money man and G, with Carr and Maurer on the points. Pacelli plays this to Spittle. Bounce off a stick. Pacelli will collect on the wall, but he's met by two black jerseys. Spittle gets above it and plays it deep. Pacelli and Gerberbeck are going to get on their horses and try to put the pressure on and force an error here. Flyers play it back around, reverse it, and they're going to go all the way down for an icing. Whistle dead for the icing. I think he played. I don't think he tipped. Did you hear it? So we're going to go as it was a insanely weird play. I got too many. You know? Oh, tip! There we go. As I was lost trying to figure out what happened and what the call was, Maurer shoots it from the point to hit a body where a stick, change direction, gets in the net. Is that number 27? Will he get credit? Billy Maurer getting pucks to the net. It changed directions. I think it changed on the black side. So Maurer should get credit. So PHC taking the lead 2-1 with 8:16 left in the second period. Spittle trying to win this to Pacelli, but the Flyers jump the lane. They gain the line. They're driving in. Contained and pushed behind the net where Spittle will pick it up. He'll get his toes up ice. He plays it up for Pacelli. It gets out into the neutral zone. Pacelli gets a stick on it. Spittle gets a stick on it. Now Pacelli has it. They gain the line. They have numbers. A 3-on-1. He plays it to Spittle. Unable to handle, but he recovers it. Plays it back behind the net for Gervek. This one's going to get out to the point. Carr's going to have some time and space. He collects. He'll play it down the wall. He'll find Gervek on the far side, who leaves it for Spittle. Spittle will leave it for Gervek. Gervek plays it around, looking for Pacelli. Little miscommunication there, but they play it up. It's picked off by Spittle. Spittle will play it back in the corner. Pacelli will collect this one. He's going to play it to Gervek. Gervek trying to step off the wall with it. Steps off the wall, puts it towards the net. Pacelli gets a stick on it. It's loose. Pacelli will gain it in the corner. He's met by a Flyer. Spittle comes in to support. Pacelli gets hauled down, still digging from his knees for that puck. He's got support of Spittle. They poke it loose, and the Flyers are trying to come the other way now. Spittle chips it off the boards. He's tied up in the corner again. Gervek enters up with his frame, gives some time and space to Spittle, but he's hooked. The Flyers gain control, and they're coming the other way. Gervek will come 85 feet, get a stick on it, good angle, good path to the puck. Carr collects it at the blue line. He plays it ahead for Pacelli. Flyers surf it, poke it back forward. Flyers gain the line, they play it through. Good contained by Maurer and Carr. They let the puck go through, and alertly and working as a unit, Williams paddles it, stops it, says, let's take a reset. I don't like what I'm seeing in front of me. So we'll have a defensive zone draw now. To the left of Coltman Williams. Cucciarero out between Anitsiuk and Sauer with Shaner and Nooner. Cucciarero puts this one forward. It's kept in, point D to D. They play it down to the half wall. They play it up to the point. Anitsiuk trying to close on it. They play it down the half wall. They walk it back out to the top of the house. All the way across. It hits a couple bodies in front. Williams able to swallow it up. So we'll have a defensive zone draw to the right of number 29. Cucciarero trying to put it into the corner here. Flyers win it to the unmarked man. They step into the dot. They fire. Williams stays with it. So after that stoppage, they'll go for a wholesale change. We have Dannenhauer coming out with Spittle and Fazio, Carr, and Winton. Spittle calls out his desired play. Moves it to the half wall, where Carr will collect. Play it off the glass, but it's kept in at the point. Winton gets a good stick on and plays it forward, and now we have numbers coming the other way. 3-on-3, actually. There was no numbers. Good drop pass to Fazio. Fazio turns, fires, looking far pad. Gets wide. Flyers will collect. They'll play it in. Carr steps and keeps. He'll play it back in. Dannenhauer's going to get behind the net and put the pressure on. Flyers will chip it up the boards, but it's read by Spittle. Spittle trying to get off the half wall. With it, they have a lot of open ice if they can. Dannenhauer gains control. He steps back to the dots. He turns. He fires. He goes bar down. Bardowski. So that's number 4 on the day, I think, on the Bardowski strikes. Brock Dannenhauer. The block special. You stop in at the deli. He gives you that one for free of charge. However you like it. That had some mustard on it. Maybe I should yell, mustard. I think that's a big song nowadays, right? Flyers collect. They regroup in their own end. Trying to skate this one out, but met by a bunch of white sticks. Gerberbeck plays it back forward. It's chipped out. Carr's going to close on it. He's going to pull up. Now they're on side, and they'll play it deep. Flyers will get back after it, collecting their own end. Trying to chip it up the boards, but cut off by Gerberbeck. Pacelli momentarily had it. Tried to play it deep, but it was read by the Flyers. They play it back out, but Winton's there to close the gap. Not once, but twice. Now Pacelli trying to gain the line. Met by a Flyer, and now we're coming the other way. Cucharero steps up to it. They play it across. Shaner stepped to it, and they played it back in the air. Lollipopped it over Williams' net. Winton collects. Beautiful play. Looking for Gerberbeck. It gets past him. Kept in at the line. Winton closes that gap. He's bodied up, but he had the support of Logan Cucharero. But they meet a black jersey below their own net. Try to play it back out in front. Winton's there. He collects it, and now he's going to go. He plays it up to Pacelli. Pacelli gets across the red. He's across the blue. He's got Johnny with him. They got Cucharero playing high. So Gerberbeck will collect it. Oh, he's looking for the drop pass. But that was a Flyer trailing him, not a PHC player. So the Flyers are coming the other way. Winton will step to this, contain, plays it back across. Colton makes a save and then paddles it aside. Good poke. Just play it back across. Gerberbeck's going to try to get to this one. Cucharero pushes it up the wall. Gerberbeck unable to clear the zone. Flyers collect it. They're coming across the top of the PSA. They turn, they fire. Hits Williams' glove, but then he gets back to it in the RVH. No, that's not RVH. That's just sprawling. Yeah, that's just sprawling. Gets his pad there. I don't know how, but able to close it and keep it out of the back of the net. Spittle will take the defensive zone draw to the left of Williams. He's got Dannenhauer and Fazio with him. Flyers win this one to the unmarked man. Unable to get a shot off. Maurer will collect. He'll put it up the boards for Fazio. It's held in at the line by the Flyers. Maurer will now collect it. He's going to come the other way with it. He plays it D to D behind his own net to Nooner. Nooner puts it up the wall, but it hits off a couple bodies and comes back his way where he sticks to the side again with a point. Puck's bouncing around. It's lost in some feet. Nooner's going to collect. He's going to skate this one. Now he plays it ahead for Fazio. Fazio's got one to beat. Plays it wide. He'll drive wide. He'll collect this in the corner. He's going to come behind the net. He's going to reverse. Spittle gets in to help him. Spittle's going to reverse this to Fazio. Fazio's going to come out the other side. He'll reverse back to his forehand. He's going to come back the other side now. 10-2 action. He has some time and space. He's going to go off the glass around looking for Dannenhauer on the far boards. Dannenhauer will keep it live. He'll put it back behind the net where it hits the referee. So the Flyers are able to collect and put it up the wall, but Spittle gets back above it and keeps it active on that hash mark. Comes out. Spittle gets a stick on it, trying to play it forward. Unable to get it in on net, so the Flyers collect it. They chop this one out, or chop that one out into the neutral zone. Nunez collects and goes D to D. Maurer trying to flip the ice. Doesn't get good wood on it, and it comes back in the PHC zone. Nunez there with a good stick. Spittle with good contain. Flyers pinch, keep. We'll try this again. Nooner will collect this one. He's going to reverse it along the boards, but it's kept in at the point. Fazio was trying to poke one through, but the Flyers were able to play it down the wall. Now they're going to work at that hash mark. It's played into the corner. Played back out in front, but gets through, and Dannenhauer collects. If we hustle, we could have numbers. It's a 2-on-2. Flyers get back support. That's a blocker save. Fazio gets to the net and puts it in. That's what you call a net try by Joshua Fazio. So the goaltender fights it off. It pops up in front of him, and when he's tracking it, coming back down, who arrives on the scene? Salty hands, Fazio. Pokes one home, extends the lead to 4-1 with 1:47 left in the second period. Now we have L-Dog between Sour Patch and Doritos. It's like me packing Gracie's lunchbox. This line, I may have to nickname Gracie's lunchbox. Sour gets it. He gets in. He gets in the dots. He turns. He fires. Save made by Condon. But good zone entry. We're getting pucks and bodies to the net now. And this is where we have to find that next gear and start grinding. Like I told you in the opening, Clips. Another good tune. Circa 2002. Cucharero trying to win this one to himself. The referee gets in the way. Puck is bouncing around. Gets out to the point. Shane will collect and try to fire. Hits a stick. And now it's coming the other way. The Flyers have numbers if they hurry. Cucharero with the Sauer with the back check and back pressure. Good stick lift. Flyers keep it in, play it down the boards. We're going to chip it back in front now. Nuchuk at the top of the zone collects this one. He's got some white ice in front of him. He's got 2 to beat. It's a one-on-one. He pulls up. He plays it across for Sauer. Sticked away. Cucharero collects. He steps in. He fires, but it's sticked aside by the Flyers defender. They throw it up the wall. Winton standing tall. Hangs on. Gets just north of the blue line, but he held it as long as he could and played it back in for the automatic offsides. 45.86 seconds left on the clock here at the Bog. We got Spittle between Gerberbeck and Pacelli with Maurer and Carr. It's one the Carr. Carr has the white lane. He's going to get up there. He's going to gain the line. Decides to fire this one in. Goaltender saves it, plays it out to the side, leaves it for his defenseman where they'll collect this one and try to go up Maurer's boards. Maurer's collects. He puts it back down the boards where Pacelli will get behind the net and collect it. He's going to step out in front. He plays it to Gerberbeck. Oh, just off the stick. Good play, good puck movement. Maurer keeps it. Pacelli's going to get to this one. Trying to work the same play. He's got Spittle in support this time. They play it out to Gerberbeck. Stick to side. It's going to be thrown 200 feet for an icing. So we will have an offensive zone draw with 6.5 clicks left on the clock. To the left of Bobby Condon. We have Spittle to take it. He's got a forehand shot. They may tell him to stack the front of the net and just try to put this slapper right on net. That's exactly what they try to do. He tries to play it. Gerberbeck tries to get a stick on it. Turns. The horn will sound as Maurer collects and fires it back in. But we're heading into the second intermission, holding on to a 4-1 lead. Stay with us. We'll be back in 2 minutes. All right, we're back for third period action. Here in Plymouth, Massachusetts, we got Pucciarero between Fazio and Dannenhauer with Carr and Maurer on the back end. Colton Williams between the pipes. Flyers push this one forward. They gain the line. They step in. Carr contains, pushes them outside the dots. They fire it back in. Williams fends it off with the blocker. Carr will get this one. Walk it up past the defense and play it ahead for Dannenhauer. Dannenhauer's going to get to the line. He pushes it forward off a shin pad. Turns and fires, stick to side. That one caught everyone off guard. The Flyers looking to come the other way. They'll skate this one out of the neutral zone. Carr will collect at the red line. He's going to fire that one back in. And now Pucciarero is going to get in on it with the initial forecheck. Dannenhauer set up shop above it. Maurer closes, and now it's chipped past, and we got numbers coming the other way, but Fazio is there with the back pressure. Carr contains. They step across the top, and then they meet Pucciarero for a stick lift. Williams jumps out on it, but they're going to call number 2-0 a little too much under the glove. I think it was a stick lift. The things they call here boggle me sometimes, but I think it was the length of the stick lift maybe, or just enough of the gloves to interrupt the shot. Good play either way. Penalty well worth taking. But we're man down. Spittle. Nanutsiuk out to kill this one. With Shaner and Winton. That one played in on Williams, and it gets through. I don't even know. We'll have to go back and look at the film. So, 8 seconds into the power play. Flyers strike. Make it a 4-2 game. I think it changed directions on the way in, maybe. I'll have to look at the film. But one thing we need to learn is we are getting hit on our power play or our man down opportunities. That one's fired in. Colton fights it off with the glove. Chipped up the wall. Nanutsiuk gets kept in at the point. It's fired in. He paddles this one aside. Directs it in the corner while Shane will get there. We're just going to chip it up the wall in the black jerseys. They're going to keep it the point. They're going to fire it back in. Winton alertly lets this one through and doesn't try to deflect it. He's going to collect. He gets his toes up. Plays it ahead for Nanutsiuk. He chips it past the defender, and now he's going to try to get after it. The Flyers will play it back out in the neutral zone. Spittle will collect this one. Fire it back in. We're on sides. Good hustle by number 8, getting back north of that blue line. Sarro puts the forecheck on. Nanutsiuk meets her on the other side. But the Flyers will skate back out. Flip the ice and try to stretch it. Witten's in a foot race. Williams will come out. And Witten had the angle, had the body. Hauled down. So we will go back to the box. (4-2). Man down. Offensive zone draw to the right of Coltman Williams. Pucciarero wins this one. The Carr will use his own net. He'll fight off the forechecking Flyer, push it up the wall. Stands tall, hits and pins. They play it back out in the slot. Dannenhauer gets stick on it. Nunez will collect out of it. Nunez gets across the red, across the blue. He's going to push this one down into the corner. Gives it to Pucciarero. Pucciarero steps around the net with it. Tries to play it back down, but it's picked off by the Flyers, and we're coming the other way. Carr will surf it at the blue line. Breaks that up. Dannenhauer hauled down. Nothing called. Dannenhauer looking for Pucciarero in the slot. Flyers collect it, trying to come the other way, but interrupted by Pucciarero. They chip it forward. Nunez tries to step. Turns into a 2-1. They play it in, not one but 2 saves by Williams, and then Carr will stick it out to the boards. Chips this one out to the neutral zone. They say it was onside. The blue line is in. It's fired back in, changes directions on the way in, but Williams able to paddle it aside. We have 2 of them net front or two in the corner. No one in that front car realizes, gets back. Dannenhauer gets out in the neutral zone. He leaves the puck for Pucciarero. Pucciarero is going to come in with it. It's fired. Rebounds there. Carl collects. He's in. He backhanders it. Oh, just wide. Flyers will collect. And now we're playing above it as we're back to even strength. Fazio closing 85 feet. They throw this one in. It'll be stick to side and stopped by Williams, where Maurer will collect. He'll put it far side for Fazio. Fazio's got his eyes up. He's going to get the red line. He's going to be ridden off that puck, and now the Flyers are coming the other way. Toe drag pass. It gets in. Kick save made, not one but two. And then Spittle collects it. Good save by Colton Williams. Alertly staying with it, staying strong with those legs. Flyers collect, get out in the neutral zone. Spittle steps into the path of the puck carrier, interrupts it, but we're throwing it up those boards again, and they're being kept in at the point. Now they'll get the Bowers boards. He'll throw it out, bouncing around, unable to chip, and now we've got numbers coming the other way. Good stick left by Gerberbeck as he picked the pocket, and here comes Fazio. He gets to the red line. He's going to ring this one around the boards. Spittle's going to get there. Leaves it for Gerberbeck. It's poked away, and now the Flyers are coming the other way. Pacelli's hauled down. He's hauled down. No call. Good surf by Billy Maurer and Shaner. Calls the turnover at the blue line, and it's pushed back out in the neutral zone. Gerberbeck putting the forecheck on. They go D to D to get to the close wall. Thrown in where Shane will collect. Will turn and get below his dots, and now he's going to ring it around the glass. It caroms off the glass, as it would have been a nice feed for Pacelli, but it ends up backing out in front of him. It gets to the far point. It's fired in. Blocker to side by Williams. Shane will try this glass. It's kept in at the point. Spittle's going to hold. Jumps in the lane. It's played in off the back of one of the teammates of the Flyers. Spittle will collect this one and pin along the wall. So there's a digging expedition. Looks like we're digging for gold. And then the far referee says there has been no puck movement in a long enough time. We'll whistle this dead. We'll have a defensive zone draw to the right of Williams. 9:28 left in the third period. Want to give a big shout out to one of my listeners, my goddaughter, Leah Carr. Celebrating her 10th birthday today. Leah, sorry I couldn't be there, but happy birthday, kiddo. As we get back to live action, her cousin Brady Carr is digging for that puck in the corner. Pokes it ahead to Pucciarero, and Pucciarero now has a step. He gets out. Sauer's hauled down from behind. We're not looking at the trail of the play. Pucciarero plays off the boards of himself. He tries to tie on. Gets off the wall with it, steps in, tries to play it back across. It's padded. Pad save made. Pucciarero will collect it. Trying to play it to the point, but he splits his D-man, and that's going to go 200 feet. There's no icing as it was our own pass, so we have to play this one. He's hurt. So are we going to call that? Match penalty, should be. It's the dirtiest play I've seen all weekend. Hopefully Winton's okay. Uncalled for. Dirtiest play in hockey. No awareness, no self-awareness. So he's back to the feet with the help of Keith Dannenhauer. We hope Big Michael Winton is okay, but he's being carried off the ice. Unable to put any weight. So they're only going to give him a minute and 30 seconds. So we'll go Dannenhauer, Spittle, Fazio up front with Carr. They need another point. Shaner will join them at the point for the power play. Spittle ties up. He gives it to Dannenhauer. Dannenhauer steps, fires just wide. This will get up. Carr will collect. He plays it around the end boards where Spittle will collect in the far corner. He's looking for Sport. Fazio picks it up. He's looking for Sport now. We'll play it. We got 3 below the goal line again. And now the Flyers are going to collect and try to stretch it the other way. We'll fire this one in on Williams. The pad saves it. Out in front, Fazio will collect. He's got his toes coming the other way. He's going to chip it forward. Dannenhauer's going to get there. He'll recover this puck. Looking to play it out in front. Walks it out in front. Tries to stuff it home. Whistled dead. It was still on his stick. So I'm not sure where that was whistled dead. So we'll do it again. Dannenhauer coming on Mark with the forehand shot. Spittle likely trying to play it his way. Plays it out in front where Fazio will collect. Knocked off his feet. It's chipped forward. Carr tries to keep. It's chipped past, and now we're coming the other way. Shane has back support from Spittle. Keeps it outside. Flyers will regroup in the neutral zone. Looking to kill precious time off their power play. Spittle will collect this one. He's going to go to Shane on the far side. Shane will play this up to Fazio. Fazio will play it in. Now we got to get after it. Flyers get there first, but Spittle picks a stick up. Plays it to Dannenhauer. It's poked off of Dannenhauer's stick, and now we're coming the other way. They play it back out into the center. They enter the line. Good contained by Shaner. Shane will... Oh, you could audibly hear that baseball swing. You saw it and heard it. But they play it ahead. Fazio will gain the line. He'll drive wide. Trying to play it back out in front. We'll use the end wall. It's sticked aside by the Flyers, and now they're going to come the other way. They're back to even strength, so we're 5-on-5. Dannenhauer doing his best to gain control of this puck. He's got Pucciarello with him. They both want the puck. Pinky trying to play it back the other way. Fazio will Carr momentarily keeps, but leaks behind him, and now we got numbers coming the other way, but we got good back support by Dannenhauer and Pucciarello. They step in, they fire, it's blocked aside, and then sticked aside by Carr. So Fazio now coming the other way. He's got Pucciarello with him. Hit that center seam. But Fazio was getting it deep, trying to pull off for a line change as he was out there for an extended time. Now we got Gerbevec closing in. Flyers skating it out. It's picked off by the money man in the top of the slide. He turns, he fires off the shin pad. Gerbevec collects. It's fired in to the breadbasket and hung on to by the Flyers goaltender. So we got Pucciarello out between Johnny Gerbevec and Dylan Pacelli, Ethan Nunez, and Billy Maurer on the back end. It's pushed through. Flyers gain control. We're coming out the other way. Good contain the puck carrier. The puck gets through. Working as a unit. The Flyers play it behind Williams' net. Looking to play it back out in front. It gets out to the point. Push back in, but Pacelli picks it, reads it, plays it ahead for Pucciarello. Pucciarello's going to gain the line. Drags past one. He'll get poked into the corner, but he's looking to play it back out in front. Looking for the money man. Gets off a Flyers stick and just north of Pacelli, and now the Flyers are coming the other way. Wind up and whiff. Nunez able to collect the puck and play it the other way. Played back in wide of Williams. Gets around the board. Mowers will try to close on this. Maurer picks it up. He's thinking about reversing it, but reads the play nicely. Gets around in the center. Flips it to Pucciarello. Now Pucciarello's got a step. He's got Journey Gerbevec coming with him. He gets inside the dots. Good stick by the Flyers defender. Rides it off into the corner. Pacelli and L-Dog fighting for it. Pacelli comes out of the pile with it. He's fighting. He has. He plays the Gerberbeck trying to elevate it. Drops the knee, unable to get the shot off. Pacelli comes out of the corner with it. Steps across, fires. And now we're whistled dead for a penalty. Johnny Gerberbeck going to the sin bin. So we'll come 200 feet for a defensive zone draw to the left of Colton Williams. Good to see Big Mike Winton back on his feet and out there taking the shift here. So we got Winton and Carr, Fazio and Spittle. They play it to the shooter at the top. They turn and fire. It's wide of Williams' net. Michael will collect. He'll chip it ahead to Fazio. Fazio gets it out in the neutral zone. Flyers gain control to chip it back in. Carr surfs it and pressures it at the blue line. They throw it in on Williams. Williams gloves it. So we'll have a face-off to his right. Now the referee's going to come across and it doesn't feel like skating or taking extra strides. So we're going to stay to his left. Flyers chip this one in front. PHC closes on. Winton comes away with it. He plays out in the neutral zone. The Flyers will collect and they'll reverse it back in. They stay onside. Play it back across in front. Good stick by Michael Winton, but the third guy comes in. Big stop by Colton Williams. Flyers looking to set up their power play now. They try to play it back in front and stick the side by Carr. Carr will get behind the net. In contain. Letting them work behind the net. They'll walk it out in front. They'll play it out to the point. Gotta wear it. Spittle wears it. Bounces to the other side. Big shoulder stop by Colton Williams. Spittle collects. He's going to throw this one out in the neutral zone where the Flyers will glove it down and play it. Carr reads it. He picks it off. He gets inside the blue. He turns. He fires wide of the goal. Bounces out, but we didn't have anyone streaking in as we were changing lines and we're killing penalties. Carr's going to back check. Lift the stick. He's then hauled down. Nothing called. No extras. Shane will spinorama, play it off the glass, gets out into the neutral zone. We got 4 clicks on the man down, 2, 1, and we are back to full strength as Dannenhauer's coming off the bench trying to pick that one off. It's played ahead. Nooner will step to this. He'll play it up to Fazio. Fazio's got beast mode with him. Fazio drives in the middle, kicks it across the beast mode. Good contained by the Flyers defenseman as the puck goes through, and they work as a unit to not let the shooter come through. Goalie alertly stops it, squeezes it, holds onto it. We'll have an offensive zone draw to his right with Bouchero, Dannenhauer, and Anutsiuk, Nooner, and Shaner on the back end. 2:59 left in this one. It's one back to Shane. Shane will collect it on his back end. He's trying to play it D to D, but the Flyers read it. They have numbers coming the other way. It's a 3-on-0. We got back pressure. Good stick, good skate by Brock Dannenhauer. Does not let the shot get off, as that was turning into a 3-on-0, and Dannenhauer got on his horse and rode back quickly to save the village. So Flyers are playing on the half wall. It gets to the point. Shane will collect. Play it in. Nuccio tips it. Goaltender able to stay with it, but a good tip drill. So we'll have an offensive zone draw to the left of the Flyers goalie. Bouchero, Sauer, and Dannenhauer. Winton and Maurer. Winton will keep. He plays it off the sidewalk, gets out to Bouchero, fires it. Goaltender fought it off and then collapsed on it, helping himself out. So now we make a defensive change. They put Carr out as Winton's still probably a little tender from that hit that he took into the boards. Bouchero trying to collect, Dannenhauer trying to collect. The Flyers will get it. They'll play it up the boards. Carr will hold it. Gets out of the neutral zone, but he rides the puck carrier off, and he's got the support of Sauer. Sauer plays it back forward. Flyers will Push it down the wall. Cut off by Pucciarello. Dannenhauer. Dannenhauer chips off the boards. He's driving. Good contained by the Flyers D. Pushes him into the corner. They play it out in front, but the Flyers collect. Trying to look out in front. Sauer was in the office waiting for it. Puck didn't come. The Flyers are coming the other way. Barr will step top of circle. Force that puck to be played in behind the net. It's chipped around. Pucciarello will collect. He's got Fazio far side. He didn't see him. Ball step. Carr holding the blue line. He's going to collect. He's going to step and go. He sees Fazio. He tries to spring him. Fazio's got some more ice. He steps in. Fires. Blocked it aside by the Flyers goalie. They collect on the half wall. They play it forward. Sauer cuts it off. Maurer plays that deep into the zone. There's a minute and 11 seconds left, so we're trying to keep sustained pressure here. They play it forward. Fazio trying to keep it in the zone. Carr will pick it off in the neutral zone. But now Worrell collects it. He's coming the other way. Good contained by Billy Maurer. No shooting opportunity there. The Flyers collect at the top of the circle. It's chipped up to the point by Spittle, unable to chip it out. On the second effort, Declan gets it out in the neutral zone. He's going to gain the red. He's going to chip it forward. Flyers will collect. They're going to play it to the boards. Carr will seal that one off. There's a punch to the head there. Nothing called. So the Flyers trying to do everything to stretch this ice. Shaner will collect. He flyers it into the referee. Vaselli collects. Momentarily got it in. Spittle plays it to Carr. Carr gets up. Oh, he plays it back to Shane. Wasn't there. Shane gets a stick, plays it back to Carr. Carr plays it to Fazio. Vaselli has it. Drives in, cuts center lane, pulls up. Trying to fire, but it's sticked aside. 3, 2, 1. Horn will sound. PHC takes a 4-2 win in a hard-fought battle. And then Dylan Pacelli taken out by the referee. Some extracurricular activity. I don't know what happened there, but the referee was trying to intercept something happening with the white gloves. He was pretty adamant. I think we were out of frame. But as the referee tried to get back to stop it, he lands on top of Pacelli. So we'll have salt baths going around, I'm sure, at the Fairfield Inn tonight, Plymouth, Massachusetts. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy your Saturday, Labor Day weekend. We'll see you live tomorrow.